Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Aurogiri. So today we're talking about JP's update they received earlier this week, or is it, I don't know if they have it yet. Yeah, they do. They do have this update, yeah. So this is the update that JP PC Onigiri received earlier that we are most likely in line to get next. There's usually very little leeway for us to, kind of hypothesize if we're getting something or not. For the past month and a half, 2 months, whatever JP gets, we get the same thing a week, maybe a week to a week and a half or 2 weeks later. That has been the trend. So, from what I've seen and what I've heard, JP Oni has gotten Aosame Purg again. So, there was a lot of worry and uncertainty with the order of Purgs because, ever since the merge, around January, we've had an event, and then the event midway through, we get, Lucifer, then we get an event, then we get, in February, we had Valentine's, and then we got Tensho, and then we had, Amakusa Shiro, and then we had, what's his name, Gakuho in March, and then in April, yeah, it was either April or May, we had Golden Week and Dullahan alongside the Fox event, and right now we have the Return to Kaga event with Keiji, and Aosame is sure to come. So we weren't sure if this horse is rolling crazy, but we weren't sure if Dullahan showing up was going to destroy the pattern of purgatories. It has happened in the past where there was something that was unplanned that just gets injected into our update cycle, like a special event or whatnot, and it's disrupted the order of things. Because I know it's happened before, I can't pinpoint it. I remember it happened maybe with Gargoyle Purgs or something, where it was supposed to go from fire, ice to lightning, or ice, fire, lightning, and then something happens, and then they just release another one instead. Anyway, we were kind of worried that they would just reset the Purg order and then jump us to Gargoyle or Abyss or something else. Although many are looking forward to Abyss. But anyway, it's confirmed. Aosame is the next purgatory to come, and I know for a lot of players, Aosame Purg is one of the most desirables, myself included. I never farmed it in any of its reruns and iterations in the past because, as we all know, we had 30 OC restores. It was a $400, $500 weapon, not worth getting at that point in time, in my opinion, in my view. But now that we have 10 OC restores, it's pretty cheap, it's pretty affordable. I mean, everyone runs Purgs nowadays. They're just part of the culture. It just is what it is. And it's very, very exciting. I've seen the damage that the spear with water can do, the spear with lightning can do, the twin swords with Misty Massacre, Sword Twin with Thunder Beast. They're very, very powerful weapons. Very, very powerful. We have a couple people that have them already on our server, and that's an expensive feat, but congratulations to them. But now they're going to be really, really accessible, and there will be the Ogi available as well, the Aosame Wave 7, that'll be there. I've never gotten it myself. So that'll be up for grabs, too. 1,000 treasures should get us that. So Aosame Purg's on the way. That's good. Good to have confirmation on it. I'll definitely be farming it. Honestly, anybody that has Keiji right now, you'll notice that with the Nyan Koropon they have with Keiji in it, Keiji absolutely destroys Aosame. Absolutely. I've seen some of these runs on Kurenai's channel, and they had 4 or 5 kgs. They were in and out in a minute and a half, just consistently. Consistently. Aosame, for those who don't remember, is weak to fire and wind. It is a monster type. It's gonna die. It's gonna die really fast. Gakuho was if you have ice, you have water. We had those little interactions. And then you have like Tensho was weak to water and dark, and you know, you had to like pick your vanguards accordingly. And you know, I would charge up Honda, I would charge up whatever needed to be used, and we'd do that. But Aosame's different. Aosame's like 1 or 2 kgs, you're good. You're gonna have good consistency, good runs, good clear times, good on the boost. Like, these parties are going to be wild. Wild. With the amount of just people bringing Keiji, going up to it, using skill 3, Oogie, skill 3, just doing what they gotta do, just using wind or fire, people that have Koda-Noa mags, going to town. Like, this is literally, like, every puzzle piece has, like, lined up to this situation. Like, it's going to be, I'm gonna say, one of the easiest purgatories our server has ever seen. I know myself, I won at least 2 weapons. I know I made 2 Tenshos because, you know, Lyra needed to get a second recipe, so I just kept running and ended up making 2. Gakuho, I wasn't really interested in it, but Aosame, I absolutely want 2 from the get-go. If I had gotten the baby mags, I would go for the mags too. Like, Aosame mags to me are like what I want in life. But that'll just take time. But Aosame Purg coming is going to be wild. Like, as I mentioned, Spear goes crazy with it. Tidal Wave Sublime, Water Dragon Sublime, Triple Water Dragon, Double Water Dragon, Rolling Thunder Sublime. The Satan Mega Oogie's pretty good with multi-hit too. Lots of thunder options, lots of rain options. Like, Bow Aqua Needle's great. Bow has a new Lightning Sublime coming. Bow has a Lightning Sublime. Bow has Water Sublimes. Like, you can make a Splasher Axe, Splasher Sublime. This weapon is so versatile for so many classes, and it's, like, really, really anticipated. Because we've had fire weapons forever. We've had a couple mountain weapons here and there, holy weapons. Thunder for sure, especially with the Dullahan. Yeah, I know. I know that Aosame mags give no cooldown. You build around it. By having 4 weapons. Or 3 weapons, you build around it. But, like, I actually have a build planned out for Dragon Arc mags that's, like, really fun. Where I want to have 2 mags, like 2 133s, and then I would run a Chiami with, like, the Crosswise ornamentation series that has 30 plus element for the 2 I need. So, like, Fire Holy, Water, Rain, and then Mountain Wind. I don't know if I'd ever do Gakuho, though. But that's how I would build it. And then the 4th mag would be a Senryu with, like, triple crit force. And the whole thing would be about attacking and switching weapons. Like, you'd switch weapons to, like, to deal with the cooldown, just like it was at the beginning of the game. And you'd have so many damage multipliers going off. Like, it'd be so fun. Because you'd have, like, 4, and then you'd have healing, and then you'd have high crit rate. Like, you'd ornament the Aosame mags or the Arc mags with, like, perfect triple faded. We're talking, like, because there's 3 slots on it, and you can do this at, like, 140. You can have, like, if you got at least 7 crit per roll, HP, SP, like, they're both important. You try to get 3 rolls like that per mag. You get 6 rolls of that. You're at, like, 50-some crit on average. Your HP is really high. Your SP is really high. Then you have the Chiami to heal you, or any other mag you want. I prefer Chiami. You could use a Burai. You could use anything else you literally want. And then you get, like, a Senryu with, if you have the options for it, you could try to mess around and get that cooldown ornamentation if you wanted, the new one, because that wasn't there when I made this build, or I came up with it. And then, but alternatively, you would put, like, triple Unblinking Eye and get, like, 40, 45 crit force on average. You'd want to get at least 40. And that puts your crit force, like, relatively high. You get healing, you get extra damage, you have crit. Like, you just hit every aspect of, like, the Triforce of damage. Right. And it is low attack, but it makes up for it. But it's only low attack if you compare it to something that's maximizing attack. Something like... But, I mean, like I said, you could throw in a Burai if it's too weak. If you don't need the healing... Like, it doesn't have to be a Chiami, but Chiami works. Like, anytime you can use a Chiami, you can slot in a Burai and get 15% extra attack. or any other mag that seems desirable at that point. But at that point, I think you will have at least 230 element for like you have what you're holding, the arc weapon, plus you have the mags, plus you have the 30 extra element from the Chiami or the third mag, let's say, and then you have the fourth mag that fits in the slot. And it's really open for interpretation, but that's what I would want to do. Like, that's like a long-term goal. Like, that's Purg keeps circulating, and I just keep getting mags, because as we know, Purgatory mags, while you can get the mag recipe for 9,000 treasures, it doesn't guarantee that you can actually make it, because you need to have 3 of the baby mag, 2 of the hard mag, and 1 of the hell mag. The hell mag's like a non-issue. You only need 1 per mag. The big problem is you need 3 of those baby mags. And unless you just farm the heck out of normal in hopes to try and get one from a reward, you pretty much have to just play it or Oni mode as well. I have gotten a normal mag on Oni mode, but it's all luck and random chance and trying to force it. But apart from that, you'd have to have 2 mags. You would have to, at minimum, have done the Purg 6 times. So it is it's more idealistic, but it's something that can be done. But it also comes down to luck. I never ran Aosame when it came any other time, so I don't have any baby mags. So the mags aren't really on my radar right now, but it's something I would love to do. Like, I would make sure to get the hard mag. I would make sure to get the hell mag and so on and so forth as I farm and get drops. And, yeah. So, moving on to the next point. Thank you for the engagement. I appreciate that. Good questions. Good comments. Hey, KMC, how you doing? So, new Sublime Ogis are on the way. JP has them. So if you guys are familiar with a little while ago when we did streams about the new update, we talked about how they added mountain skills to all, like a new mountain skill to every weapon type except bow. Bow received a new lightning skill. Well, anyway, these new skills were added to the skill change. By and large, these skills were mostly not the best thing ever. Are there going to be new mags in the Nian? I don't think there's going to be any new ones this update. If they did do any new mag stuff, like, I'm not 100% sure. I never really paid much attention to the mags, like new mags. Because for the most part, Nian mags right now are all the Blaze mag line. Like the Blaze mag and then the Mountain Peak mag, which I think are a complete waste of everything. They're totally out of touch. Like, adding 100k damage when you do damage cap is worthless. Adding 250k damage when doing damage cap is negligible. It's like you're better off wearing a Naked Sparrow than using that. Well, I mean, you get cooldown and stuff, but you shouldn't need that. But anyway, like, I'm not a big fan of the series of mags that I think they're going to roll out. Because I feel like Cyberstep has, like, when they released the Blaze mag, and pretty sure it didn't do well, because most people don't have it. Like, some people tried to mess around with it, see if it was better than it was rumored to be, etc., etc., but it wasn't. It's actually, like, an insult of a mag. And I remember saying that I really hope that Cyberstep does not just say, well, we're planning on doing one for every element because we just want to, but then no one's buying their shit. Like, the element on it, the 20 fire, the 20 mountain, the 20 wind, like, who cares? Like, it's not worth what it takes to get it. And with that amount of resource, you could do anything better. Anyway, but to answer your question, I don't think there's any more. Nothing coming out this time for Nyankoropan mags. Nothing I can think of. Nothing I've heard of. If there were to be, it would be one of the 6 elements that does the Blaze mag effect. If there were. I know a lot of us would love for them to rerun Senryu. Honest to God, if Cyberstep reran Senryu, they'd make money off me right now. They'd make money off so many people. If Cyberstep reran the Senryu mag. Like, they control, like, the means. They control so much money if they just reran Senryu. How do I change mags? Oh my god. like just for reference, the Senryu, I referenced it a little while ago, but it is such a versatile little mag. Senryu Magatama, and then it comes in 8 different shades. But basically, it's just a mag with 3 ornamentation slots, low chakra, and it gives you skill force. And if you ornament it with Inevitable Last Stand 3 times, you get like 120 skill force, like free, pretty much by and large, and then a little bit extra attack. Like, it's actually pretty neat. And I was saying, like, you can do like whatever you want with this mag based on the other mags you use. Like, Inevitable is pretty safe. It's Purity 5, but I think it's... I don't know if it's untyped or not. I don't think you can do Faded on it. I'm not 100% sure. But it's really good. Like, you can do Unblinking Eye. You can do a lot of stuff. The ornamentation removal is easy, so you can re-roll this thing until it's perfect at a very low cost. I really wish they would re-roll Senryu. If they reran the Senryu mag, like, they would make so much money right now if they reran Senryu. So that point aside, thank you for the question. New Sublimes are coming. So I've actually been holding on to my OC. Like, right now we have an OC campaign, if you don't know about it. If you buy 1,000 OC, you're gonna get an extra 150 free OC back. So that's 15 restores worth of OC if you buy 1,000. And basically, how I see it is, I know I'm someone who's gonna buy OC in the future, so I might as well buy it when it's on sale, when there's a discount, things like that. Stock up on it. You know, it's like buying craft dinner. Like, when craft dinner goes, you know, under $1 or under 50 cents or whatever, you buy in large. You don't like, you know, you stock up. It's a pasta. It's not going to go bad, realistically. You know, same principle. It's something you know you're going to buy, so you might as well get it at its lowest point of acquisition and hold on to it for later. So, you know, that's always fun. But yeah, so I've been holding on in hopes that they would rerun the Dark Sublimes, Collapsing Blade Sublime, Shoal Slash Sublime, like that series of Sublimes, because we never really got hold of that. That skipped us because of the merge. So our whole US, North American PS4 has missed out on that. And for me, I was holding on to my OC for when they release it because I want 2 of my skill card, and I want 2 of mine, and if I get a twin sword one along the way, fantastic. That move's amazing. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, there's a lot of fish eyes for sure. For me, the campaign was glorious. It gave me Shizuka, gave me Kintoki, gave me Raijin. It was fantastic. I mean, I bought the packs, got the tickets from that, but by and large, it was awesome. Like, I did the OC campaign. That's all I did was the 500, and it was great. So yeah, so these new Sublimes are coming, and these are Sublimes of the new skills they added. So sorry for the amount of delay, but I like to answer things as they come in. So what's coming is for Sword and Twin, the Sandblade Whirlwind Whirlwind skill is getting a Sublime. Now, normally Sandblade Whirlwind is, like, I believe 2 hits. Like, it's like a spin attack that hits twice. I'm not sure if it can cap or not, but it's pretty strong. It's a strong it's better than Dust Storm Blast. Okay, cool. We've established that. All right. Odachi and Axe get this, like, almost like a Spire Wave type attack. Like, it makes a bunch of earth come out in front of you in a motion. They are not getting a Sublime of that skill. Axe and Odachi are not getting a Sublime version of that rock skill. And I think it's because they already have Mountain Sublime, so it's almost redundant. Sorta, maybe. Hasn't stopped them before. But Axe and Odachi are getting a move. I think it's called, like, Holy Blade Sublime or something. Holy Blade Charge. Something like that. It's a holy attack. It hits 7 times. You do like a dash up to the enemy, and then you just do, like, this big 7-hit combo. I'm pretty sure it can cap 7 times. Yep, Wand has a Mountain Sublime. Wand is getting a Mountain Sublime. So just to go back and describe it. So Sandblade Whirlwind for Twin and Sword it's gonna be the Sublime. Like these Sublimes are all really good. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think they're really fantastic Sublimes. Twin and Sword are getting like the true Sandblade Whirlwind. So basically, you spin and it hits 9 times, and it's just this big tornado of mountain sandstorm, kind of like a sandstorm tornado attack. It hits 9 times. It can cap every single time in the test dungeon, so who knows what it can do to actual enemies weak to mountain. But it looks very, very strong. Multi-hit, 90 million damage if you can cap. Really good for damage multipliers. Really good for a Gakaho weapon. Frozen Fortune, things like that. And I think these are kind of to pair with Frozen Fortune, in a sense. Although Odachi and Axe get a Holy skill, so I don't know where that fits into this, but they both get this lunging Holy Sublime, which it's very strong attack. Very, very strong, powerful move. Bo got a move, a lightning move. I can't remember the name of it offhand. Because these are from, like, the only notes we have right now are the Japanese ones. So, like, if I read them, it's just, like, the Google Translate version, and they're not always accurate. I'm going to see if I have any bows, but I doubt it that have it. I think I had a bunch of weapons and I fed them all away. I do not think I have the move. I had it, but I don't think I have it anymore. Oh, no, I have it right here. Soaring Bolt Arrow. So Bo's getting Soaring Bolt Arrow Sublime, and it kind of to me, it reminds me of a combination of Staff's Rolling Thunder Sublime and Bo's Tornado Drop Sublime. Or Tornado Shot Sublime. So it kind of functions the same way. The archer pulls their bow back a little bit and they let it loose at an arc. And this big, like, thunderstorm and this puddle on the ground appear. And it does multi-hit damage over a duration of time. And it's just a big multi-hit attack of lightning. And Bo does now have 2 Thunder Sublimes. So they will have Soaring Bolt Arrow Sublime. And they will have Lightning Flash Shot Sublime, which combo together. So you'd throw the new one first, then you'd use the second one, and they'd both hit the same area. It's kind of like the same take on the same move, but just different. Because Bo's current Lightning Flash Shot Sublime, it fails. Like, it has like a secondary effect where it's sort of like Icicle Storm, where you hit a target first, and then shit happens. And then, like, other lightning multi-hit stuff happens after you've hit the initial target. Whereas I believe this one will just go out in an AoE, like, no matter what, regardless of what it hits. So it does have a bit more utility in case, like, for whatever reason you don't lock on and you miss or whatever. This one's an actual AoE skill that goes out independent of target from what I've seen. And it should be an upgrade to Bow. Really good for Bow Lightning. So that's great. Now, Wand and Staff do get a Mountain Sublime as well. And in the video, like, you can actually, there's a video. I probably, I'll get the link to it after. I don't have it right now to put in the description. But Kurenai Agaha did put out a video showcasing all these skills. That's how I know about them. And they use them in the test dungeon. They put them on various weapons. So the damage numbers aren't really important because in there everything caps. Damage, like the test dungeon is more so for how many ticks a move has. It lets you study the properties. Does it have pushback? Does it suck enemies in? Does it stagger? You know, that's where you look at all the extra effects. The damage in those showcases or anything in the test dungeon is primarily just to show like the potential of a move, like what you can expect it to do. The numbers are like the enemies in there have like 0 defense. Like the numbers are greatly exaggerated. But Wand and Staff get a move where it's almost like a volcano erupting. They make this puddle in the ground, and it just shoots like, I think, 9 or 10 big boulders at an arc in the direction you use it. Now, I'm not sure if it tracks. I'm not sure if you target an enemy and then use it. But it's basically something, it's like this little like volcano canyon opens up from the ground, and then from there it shoots a volley of big boulder meteors at a target. I think it's a very, very unique skill. I've never seen something like that, because it shoots so many. I think you can put it down and then continue to act while it's going out, so it should have, like, I don't think you're locked into using it. I think in the video they used it and then they kept running. I'm not sure. I hope you're not locked into it, but it seems really interesting. And both Wand and Staff are getting the same move. So for Wand, Wand's mountain is going through the roof, because Wand does have one of the best Mountain Sublimes in the game, and it's in the Black Cat right now, the Weight of the Earth Sublime. It's essentially, if you've never seen the move, it's essentially Icicle Punishment, but Mountain, without invincibility frames, but it hits like, I think it hits like 7 to 8 times, and it usually caps like everything. It's a very, very powerful skill. And now Wand's going to be able to like throw down this new one and then use the other one and use them in tandem with each other, which really, really makes you wonder what we need all this mountain for. It's 8 hits? Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's a lot of hits. Yeah. So like Mountain Wand is going way up in the stonks. And then finally Spear, who originally, I will say, had probably the worst skill added from these mountain skills. It was literally this like kind of slow lunge move that tracked and only hit once and could do damage cap. And I like to call it Charge Step 1, because you only hit once. Like, it was pretty bad. But the Sublime's actually goated as fuck. The Spear Sublime Mountain, I'm not just saying this as a spear, it's really friggin' good. It has this lunge at a faster startup, and if you cancel it, you lunge really friggin' fast. You lunge up to a target, get right in their face, and then you do like Soaring Shadow Strike Sublime. You just beat the shit out of them. You hit them with this initial lunge that can do damage, and then you'll hit them with this volley of mountain attacks that total to about 10 hits. So there's a 10-hit Mountain Sublime for Spear. Fucking beautiful. It's really good. Really good. But at the same time, I think it is situational. Like, Spear, for the most part, likes to keep away. Like, we like to stay at a medium range where we can hit them with Water Dragon, Icicle, Ice Dragon Spiral, Icicle Punishment, things like that, where you want to be at medium range. Spear wants to be there. And this move, like, you kind of have to be smart with it. Like, if you're already in the enemy's face, yeah, use it. Go in. It's going to be great. But there are some, against some of the enemies you don't want to get too close to. It could be detrimental. Like, I know that when we fight Dragon Arcs, we kind of want to keep ourselves, like, especially Purgatory ones, we want to keep ourselves, like, a step away, especially during that early phase when the Dragon Arc, especially Tensho or something like that, not that you would use Mountain on a Dragon Arc, but just for example, if you got too close, you get caught in its undertow when it took off and you just die. So the move, I think it does have a lot of risks, but a 10-hit Sublime's really, really good. I could see myself putting that on my Gakaho perk when and if I get it next week. So that's coming. So new Sublimes are coming. I think they're all really good. I mean, we'll have to try them up for ourselves, hopefully, see what that's like. I'm looking forward to the Spear one. I think the Twin and Sword one is awesome. Really fun. The Odachi one and the Axe one's going to be interesting because they're holy, and I think they're 7 hits, so holy for Axe could get a step up. Like if somebody had, like, let's say like a Tensho Purg or a Lucifer Purg, they could throw that on there for sure. And then if someone with a Frozen Fortune weapon, they can basically get any of these other Mountain Sublimes, throw that right on there. Like the Sword one, the Twin one, the Wand one, the Staff one, the Spear one. But then Bow wins out as well because this new Sublime is Lightning and Aosame Purg's right around the corner. So Bow users that do get their Aosame Purg weapon are going to have a new fun tool to use. You wonder if you, like, yeah, I hear you. I have a Funerary Feathers. I love the attack. I too want to make like a 128 Dullahan sword and just throw it on. Because, you know, I made the 133 last week. I'm holding it right now. That took a lot out of me, to be honest. Is that Accessite here? Is that the sound of Boo Rise and KG Max? Anyway, right, so what was I saying? Yeah, like I personally, like I was saying, I really hope they rerun the a lot of Sublimes. Like I want them to bring back as I mentioned earlier, the ones that the Sublime set we never got. Most importantly, the one that has Collapsing Blade Sublime for Spear, Shoal Slash Sublime for Twin. I can't remember the others, but they were on there. I really don't know what they are. But there's a whole Sublime set we haven't got yet. The JP players have it. If you look at some of the JP 140s and 138s, if you look at their Dullahan weapons, they have Collapsing Blade Sublime on it for Spear. And it's like, man, that must be great. It's like, because that skill is really good. That is 10 hits of cap. It's really strong. It's a dark move. Hopefully this mountain skill for Spear is also 10 hits of cap, and it's good. I hope all these skills are 9-10 hits of cap. Like, that's great. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, so that's coming next week. So Aosame Purg is coming next week. The event shouldn't change, and new Sublimes are on their way. Yeah, Feathers is 4 hits, yeah. Like, by comparison, Funerary Feathers is really good. Spear's Collapsing Blade Sublime is a ranged projectile where you just yeet a spear at somebody, and you'll hit them with the initial, and then like 8 swords come down. It's like, or 8 or 9 swords come down. It can do like 100 million damage for like 500 Dura, as intended. And it's multi-hit, so you get a bonus from Dullahans. Like, if I had it, Decapitated Scream would not be on this. Absolutely. Although Decapitating Scream is really freaking good. So, it's Meteor range shot, but good. With tracking. With aim. Absolutely. It is really good. So, I'm excited for the new Sublimes. I hope you guys are too. I don't know. You guys might be suffering from post-KG not getting syndrome or post-KG getting syndrome. But I know that, you know, for a lot of us who already have KG, this is something that a lot of us are looking forward to. A lot of us like spinning. We like getting new stuff. So hopefully we're going to take advantage of the OC campaign, the OC charge bonus, and see if we can get some new Sublimes, some new tools in our arsenals, and, you know, just have some fun. Because I believe that as cool as new Vanguards are, I think new skills are always some of the funnest things in Oni. I remember when we first got Edo, and we got like access to Stone Spire Barrier, Revolving Blast. Like, that was really fun. Like, every class got like 2 or 3 new skills. And then we got Ice Dragon Spiral, then we got this mountain skill. Like, they've added skills over time. Lance of Flames, that was a big one. Lance of Flames, Blaze Sanction, very, very meta-defining skills for a lot of us. I think new skills are really fun. Like, new Sublimes as well can actually turn the tide and make a weapon go from to, oh, fuck yeah, that's the good shit right there. Like Funerary Feathers did for Sword, Weight of the Earth Sublime did for Wand, Tidal Wave and Water Dragon Sublime for Spear. Like, there's some of these Sublimes just make you say, like, oh man, I would make a weapon just for that. Like, one of the skills I really admire is Bo's Tornado Shot Sublime. I think that thing is awesome. I love that move. Like, I see it in the video, or I see someone use it, and it's just like, that is beautiful. Like, there's just some of those moves that you see them, and it's like, oh, I want that. Oh, that is awesome. That is fantastic. Like, I want someone on my team just to use it. Like, I don't even care if it works. Just go for it. You know? And I think that's great. Like, new skills power up our character, make us have fun, We get to stand around and hit each other with it, hit enemies with it. But all this mountain support, if I had to guess, with all this bonus for getting to mountains, so Frozen Fortune, we had Soaring Peaks this New Year's, these new Sublimes on their way, I wouldn't be surprised if after Aosame is Keiji's mountain as well, by the way. But after Aosame, I wouldn't be surprised if Abyss Purg was the next purgatory to come, and not to mention Dullahan was also weak to mountain, so it was a bit late for that. They're like, oh, you'll need this for next time, for that Oni mode that nobody fucking did. Oh, fuck. I know I didn't do all those Oni modes. Hell no, it wasn't worth it. The fact that we could get, it's going to be weird to have a Purg that's not Dullahan after Dullahan. Because, remember just getting your recipe in, 10 runs? Remember how good that was? I need my recipe. Alright, do, 5 runs with us. Hey, I got it. Thanks, guys. Bye. Although there's no point to that because you still need the drops, but you could at least get your recipe. There was no pressure. There was no, get all your treasures or else. There was none of that, that encroaching feeling on the player. That they're like, if I start Purg, I have to finish it. Or if you just want the Ogi or whatever. And then Dullahan's shop reset, so we were able to get a second Ogi, second Mags, all that stuff. We had such a good Golden Week. That was so fun. That was May. That's fantastic. So I wonder what they're gonna do. Could you imagine we just do a run of Aosame and you just get a recipe? It's oh, okay. But it's actually gonna matter. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna change it up. I think that was just Dullahan because Dullahan had no prerequisite weapons you had to craft. It wasn't like the others, so they just gave the recipes away. So Aosame should be as normal. So 1,000 medals, 1,000 treasures for the Ogi. 8,000 for the weapon recipe. It should take all... excuse me. The recipe should take all 8 Aosame weapons. The one you plan on making to 100, the others at 50. If you guys wanted something to do in preparation for Purg, you could go out of your way to run the Aosame this week and start crafting your weapons in advance, or you could wait for without doing hell. You could do that. You can make all the normals and hards, and then once hell Purg comes around, you're gonna get all your jewels that way. So that's not gonna be a big problem. But yeah, it is something you can pre-farm. You need to make all 8 of them. Then you need 500 of its normal drop. Are they called fangs? I can't remember. Because they always change. We need arms last time. I think it's fangs, and then you're going to need 500 of the normal drop, 300 of the hard drop, and then 70 of the Aosame amethyst? I think they're amethysts. We thought they'd be sapphires, but they're amethysts. Because Tensho had rubies. Tensho had ruby, Gakko had emerald, and then Aosame's amethyst. And it's you could have done a Pokemon reference to ruby, sapphire, and emerald. And they're nah, we ain't doing that. Nah. You asked when the update's dropping? It should be the end of this week, right? I'm still thinking, because this information kind of came out last week before the weekend, but I was busy, so I didn't really talk about it, or made this video, obviously. So yeah, it should be the end of this week. So Thursday this week, waking up into Friday morning, overnight, Aosame Purg should drop. So that's when that should come. Hey Giv, how you doing? Can you update real quick on... That's a long comment. Let me see if I can pull up the stream to read the rest of that, because I want to... What's this? Oh, okay, cool. Wait, am I subscribed to myself? I got a notification that I'm live. Oh, can I tell you what's going on? Yeah, okay, so what's coming is what you'll find in the title. Aosame Purg will come this Friday, or whenever they announce the update. And then there'll be a Sublime Nyankoropon unit that will feature 8 new, never-before-released Sublimes that are coming. Sword and Twin get a Mountain Sublime, it's 9 hits. Axe and Odachi get a Holy Slice Sublime that is 7 hits. And when I say 7 hits, I'm assuming they can hit cap, so just 7 hits. I don't know how many hits Bo's is, but Bo gets a Lightning Sublime. Bolt Storm Sublime. Bolt Arrow, I'm not sure what it's called. Wand and Staff get this Sublime that makes a little crater in the ground, and it ejects, like, a volley of a great amount of mountain boulders at the enemy. It's kind of like if you had Ifrit's attack and he just used it like 8 times really fast. So I could do that really quick. I could show you what that looks like. It's very reminiscent to Ifrit's boulder attack. So Stone Boulder Flurry, it's going to look like this, but there's like 8 of them. So you're going to use like 8 of these attacks. Really fast. That's what the Sublime is. And it should stay out while you are... Like, it's like something you just drop, and then it does its thing while you're allowed to do other things. Because it does take a while for it to fully do its volley. So, on Wand, you could, like, drop that, and then use Weight of the Earth Sublime, and then, like, just keep, like, cycling back between the two of them. Maybe throw out an Earth Glaive here and there. Or whatever else you want to do. Maybe some Kamaitachis if it's a Gakuho weapon. Or some Ice Bolts if it's a Frozen Fortune. You know what I'm saying. You can pretty much just alternate between the two of them and do massive damage. And then lastly, Spear gets a Mountain Sublime, which is like you just lunge forward with the Spear and then you do 9 consecutive mountain attacks at the enemy. I'm pretty sure it's Pierce Mountain. It's really strong, hits 10 times, each hit can cap. It's really good stuff. Now that I do have my phone open, let me see if I can go grab Kurenai's video really quick. Kurenai Onigiri? Yeah? Can I... Why? I friggin' YouTube's like, hey, we found the thing you searched for. Yeah, here's your other recommendations. Wow, they have 666 subscribers right now. That is a very nice number. They just put this up the other day. I think it was a 2.5 minute video. Yeah, 2:55. Let me see if I can grab that link and drop that in this video's description and whatnot. So let's go to that really quick. That's not what I want. Notifications, right. Cool. Let me see if I can drop that in the chat. Will that let me post it? So that, I think I just put it in the chat right now. That should be, I see it right now. That is the link to Kurenai doing an exhibition of these moves. That's how I saw what they were. Feel free to check that out right now or later, whenever at your leisure. By all means. What's this do? Okay. It's weird, I'm not allowed to, like, edit the description while I'm streaming. Very weird. Is the Kaga event... No, the Kaga event should stay until the end of June. So about the 24th of June, I think that's a Friday? Thursday or a Friday? Yeah, so the 23rd, 24th. So we're going to get this event this Friday, more than likely. So from June 9th going on to the 10th, and then this event will begin, well, the 10th, and it will end the 24th. And that is when our event is scheduled, our current event in Kaga is scheduled to end and be replaced with a new one. So how you can verify this information is by going to the Nyankoropon, and basically events go as such unless there's like a great disturbance and they have to change it or whatever. This young Corupon runs until 6:24 Japanese Standard Time, which basically means June 24th, this will go away. And that's usually when an update ends. So usually you can just look at Neon Corupons, and whenever their lineup changes, that's when stuff will go away. If it adds the Purg, does it add the campaign reward up dailies? The campaign reward? No. Those are two separate events. I don't think they're getting anything of that nature. Oh, that's Star. Cool. I didn't know who was doing that. Where'd he go? I hit him with the hands. He's too fast. But no, this event should start the 10th. And, it should start the 10th of June and end the 24th. Great question. Let's see if I can put this on that bench. Nope, too close. I know if I put it on an incline, the sword goes really, really high. Aosame is a water thunder weapon. It's not dark. Oh, there we go. There's an incline. Shing. Oh, it doesn't work there. Hey, Reiji, how you doing? If I go to the steps, I can show you this glitch with this skill. I don't know if it's a glitch, but it's an unintended thing. But with the rank 7 of Passionate Funeral, it makes a sword come out. But if it's on an incline, the sword kind of flies up. It's Dullahan's sword, and it's really funny. Because the sword's supposed to just come there and stick, but the sword like just ejects into the sky. And like everybody can see it. It's funny. Shing! Dullahan's sword. Yeah! The Aosame Purg is this Friday. This Thursday into Friday morning. Shing! Cheese! Wonder if I can look at it from behind. Oh yeah. So that's Dullahan's like actual sword. Because when you use it like on the ground, it just gets caught at the hilt, and you just see the blade. But it's actually his whole sword model. So it's pretty cool. Little Easter egg we found the other day. Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. There's more of you. So yeah, so just to reiterate, because I know people are coming in, they want to know what's going on. Yeah, if we got room, we should be able to, accommodate anybody that wants to run. We can't guarantee that, and it's just you can't guarantee that someone's gonna like take you with them all the way to make the weapon. But generally, for those who just want to come in, get the Yogi, get some runs in, get some drops, by all means, if we got a party that can run it effectively and smoothly, there's always room to come on in for sure, as it has been the past couple months. There was another comment I saw there. The two came at the same time. I couldn't fully answer it. How do I see the chat? Huh. That's weird. It's like I closed the chat and then it was just gone. Who am I planning to run it with? I know Miryu says she wants in on Aosame. So I'm planning to run it with her. I'm not sure about Lyra's take on it. I'm not sure about how that's going to go. Because I know he doesn't have a lot of dispensable income for it, so I don't know if he has enough OC to restore for it. Like, to make the full weapon, or at least to get your recipe, I believe a Purg takes about... It's 25 runs for your Oogie, and then it's about... Oh, fuck, that's a big fucking spider. I gotta kill this. Where's that fly swatter? Oh, my God. Where was I? If anyone's curious, I got about 5 XP for that. So, Reiji asked, what is the best Vanguard to use on Aosame? That's a very, very loaded question. We addressed this a little bit earlier, but Aosame is weak to monster, and Aosame is a monster type. So you want a Vanguard strong to monster, and Aosame itself is weak to wind and fire. So Vanguards that are good to monster and beat wind, or that deal wind, deal fire damage, and beat monster, those are who you want to use. The number one Vanguard for Aosame, without question, is Maeda Keiji. Without a doubt. Maeda Keiji, strong to monster, fire, wind, mountain. A 1-scroll Keiji has a fire, wind, mountain weapon. 2 out of 3, fantastic. 3-scroll Keiji, 3-scroll Keiji has the fire weapon, 4-scroll Keiji has the wind weapon, and 5-scroll Keiji has the mountain weapon. Keiji, by and large, as long as you have about the insta-charge, I don't know if that was a loaded question, but as long as you have like insta-charge, Keiji with a couple scrolls is all you need. Just balance your uptime with the mount, you'll be fine. But let's say, for example, who do you have besides Keiji that works on Aosame? That's a great point, because it's not always about Keiji. But it's kind of why Keiji's kind of here at the same time. Tadakatsu Honda is weak to monster. Honda does do regular ticks of damage with her attacks. If you have a 5-scroll Honda, you can probably use her on Aosame. Aosame is not really going to hyper-resist Mountain. You could probably use Honda if you wanted to. Battle Maiden Shizuka is weak to monster. She's really good fire. I don't know how much damage she would do if you managed to charge her up or whatever, but she is weak to monster, so her fire might be good. You might be able to pop a 50 million with an arrow. That'll have to be seen, and I will try it at one point. But let's see who we have that... We're looking for a wind, fire, and monster character. So who actually fits that bill? I don't know anything about Cosmic Break. Ibis kind of has fire. I'm not going to recommend it. I don't know anything about her. Wolf King Kaguya is neutral, and she does have fire and dark. She might be useful. Toshi might get to work too. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, why try harder when you could do it simpler? Wolf King Kaguya might work. She's neutral against Aosame. I don't know if she's negative rain or anything like that. She is negative 80 rain and negative holy. Aosame is lightning and water. So, I mean, as long as you stay safe, Kaguya might be able to put out some damage, but she doesn't have type advantage. So bear that in mind. Genbu's out of the question. Shikibu is good to monster. Shikibu only has 1 wind attack, I think, in her entire kit. Can I hover over that? I can. Just trying to think. Like, not that you really would want to. She does have Butterfly Phoenix Fire attack. Maybe. I've never thought of a Fire Shikibu ever. If somebody wanted to give themselves, like, triple Phoenix Fire. If all you had was Shikibu, if you're a newer player, or that's all you have, you could try a triple Phoenix Fire set. Phoenix Pyre set, it might work, might not work, I don't know. Rank 5 has 3,000 skill force, and rank 6 has this much skill force. So you're asking if the Sublimes are coming in the Nyankoro Pawn, will it what? No, it will not replace the KG banner. As I said earlier, as I showed really, the KG banner runs until 624, so it's going to be added to the Nyankoro Pawn. This Sublime unit is going to be added to the Nyankoro Pawn. It will not take away. Great question, though. It's not going to take away. Don't worry. You have time. So I'm looking for characters. Keiji, as I said, strong to monster. Blows it away. Inochio's lightning. Maeda Toshi. What are your type-up matchups? Maeda Toshi is a real... really, really good wind character. She's neutral against Aosame. She might be good if you have her and you want to fill her up. By all means, you can use her. But, you'll probably take a lot of damage. But I'm pretty sure Toshi would do good. So we're looking for rain. No, we're not looking for rain. We're looking for fire and wind. Maid Shizuka is weak to monster. Don't even think about it. Riku and Sugamo don't have any elemental advantage. We won't talk about that. Ho-Oh is weak to monster. Shame. Tagada Shingen is strong to monster. Does he have fire skills? I don't know what this character does. I see something that says fire. Does it change all your skills to fire? The forest technique, fire technique. I guess. He has fire and wind and is good to monster. I don't know how good of this... I can't be an ambassador to this character because I know nothing about him. I do know KG is like the best option. I'll say that a lot. Tristan is a wind vanguard, weak to monster. Shame. Gawain, strong to monster. Gawain has holy and fire. I think only her holy's really worth anything. I mean, if you can beat it with Gawain, by all means. I don't know who I'm kidding, but I only use her for her holy, and even that I don't use her. Hideyoshi is a wind vanguard. She is strong to monster. She might work. I don't know. I don't have her 5 scroll. Maybe you could just drop monkeys on it until it dies. I don't know. Is Wrath of the Monkey God wind? Perfect. Just drop monkeys on it till it dies. I don't know. Oda is an interesting pick here. Oda is weak to monsters, so it's not even contendable. Oda does have a fire dark attack, which is Bloodstained Rebellion, one of the best moves. That's actually not fire, it's just dark. Never mind, I thought it was split for some reason. Her other move is fire dark. Yikes. More dark than fire. Izuna is neutral to monster. We might be able to just Izuna skip this whole boss. I mean, if you have Izuna,